I never wanted to be famous. I'm never here being nameless. I'm in the crowd being faceless.
But you guys want to hear some shit, dude?
Always.
I pride myself on I've never been fired from a job before. Unless by design. I've been actually fired from many jobs, but it was by my design. You know, much like I've got out of many relationships that I didn't actually have to break up with the person for by design.
You sabotage yourself.
But besides being the amazing owner of Streamline Creative and fake company Streamline Woodshop, I also am hired by my gal's company to run her books. So I'm an employee of her company, and she fired me on Wednesday.
Wow.
Doing a great job. No severance. Nothing. Just straight up end of the year firing. So this is the first time I've ever been fired for reals.
I think I know why though.
Why?
Because how you respond to her clients on the emails, man. You have no freaking customer service, dude.
Well,
This has been a long time coming, quite frankly.
the reality is I'm turning into a contractor to try to defeat the man.
Oh, okay.
But I still needed to be fired, and I'm still getting fired. I'm still getting the paperwork to be fired, but I wasn't told I was going to be a contractor until a few minutes after the firing.
Did
Oh,
they,
you just
did
thought
they
you were
bring in
straight up fired?
HR? Did she bring in HR?
I am HR.
Mark is HR.
I was already there. That's why I was fighting for myself. Well, look, he needs at least some severance. What about Tiny Tim back home, you know?
Right.
Damn, man, that's brutal. Jess.
So go figure. First time fired by my gal.
Well, you
Congratulations.
joined the ranks of the million other people that are unemployed across the country for Christmas.
I still had to work is the thing. And I still got to keep working.
Gosh.
Doesn't
But-
seem fair, man.
Doesn't. Not in this day and age. That's for sure.
Yeah, it is a weird feeling though. I've been laid off. I think I told you guys when Tyler was telling us about his layoff, and it is kind of an odd, like I really
Yeah.
hated that job more than anything in the entire world. I wanted to be not there at all, and then once it finally happened, I was like, God, man,
Is it
it's
something
kind
I
of a-
said?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Yeah.
a hit in the dick,
Am I
I
not
think people
worthy?
take it personal. I think people take it personal, which, I mean, sometimes it might be, but I mean, not always. A layoff isn't typically personal other than they just don't want to pay you.
Dude,
Yeah.
unless they are removing the entire thing that you do and they are no longer going to do that,
Yeah.
it is 100% personal because somebody else didn't get fired. You got fired. You're gone.
Well, but I mean,
They-
it depends on
yeah.
how many people there are. Because if they're laying off hundreds of people, then it's probably just some guy who decided that you were getting too much money or something. You know?
Yeah. And
Yeah, no
you
doubt.
didn't deserve that much money. Therefore, you
Yep.
are gone and we're going to pay these other people.
So that's a good segue to this thing that I heard the other day. I watch a lot of stuff on employment and stuff like that. Obviously, it's in my algorithm now, but
Like you're just watching other people with jobs,
no, just other people talk about how
like
pissed
through
they
a window.
are. Yeah, watching other people do their job.
Flipping pizzas and what have you.
You're gonna make me forget my point. So, no, AI, right? It's like the whole thing is
Allen
AI
Iverson?
is taking our jobs. Well, we tried to do a Run DMC themed photo the other day. And let me tell
Yeah.
you, AI is not taking the graphic designer's job because that was terrible. That thing couldn't
Yeah.
do anything. It made it
I
Mark
have
and I the
a-
same guy. It was like, dude, ChatGPT, what's going on here?
I have a really good AI photo maker app that I pay for.
Okay.
And I tried to do it through that, and it like couldn't even take like one image is likeness and keep the person looking the same, just
Yeah.
being different or whatever, just completely different person. I did one for John. He came out Puerto Rican, completely. Like it was like a like literally. I wish I saved it. It was just I'm like this. No, I'm like no. Same dude. Like do any pose you want. I don't care. Just in this image, keep the face the same. Puerto Rican John pops out, dude.
Nice. I like that, man. I'm a fan.
But
No, those
I
were
mean, there's
pretty
people
weird.
that have ways to do it. We don't have
It's
the
the
means.
prompt. It's the prompt. It's the way you
Yeah.
ask a lot of the times. And then we didn't give great examples of like photos. It was just like goofball photos of us, like, well,
Well, I'm still
not
waiting
any
for a
goofball
photo.
photos of me, let's be clear. But there was some
Yeah,
goofball
no shit.
photos of John,
Those weren't goofball. That was as serious as
that
I
was just-
get, man.
That was his wedding night, dude.
That was my wedding night.
You wore an IPA shirt to your wedding.
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
It was
I think
nice.
I gifted it to him on his wedding.
Mark
Yeah.
did. It did.
Yeah.
Some
So-
people say I'm married to the bottle, man. But
So the people on these threads, they were saying, well, okay, AI can replace my job, but then I won't have a job, so I can't buy the things that you're selling. And it's like cannibalizing itself, right? Like eating its own tail type thing. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
there won't be any jobs, so I can't buy your thing that your company sells. So it's kind of just interesting. I mean, obviously it doesn't work that way, but
It was like I think Bernie Sanders was talking about it, like because Elon Musk has said several times that AI could essentially make it so we don't have to work. A majority of people just don't have to work, but then you need to be on some sort of system in which we're all just kind of being paid to live in a society. And the reason that will never happen is because the only people that are investing and own AI are the billionaires that are corrupting and taking over this world. And their goal is to not help society, it's to help themselves.
yeah.
So
I
if
don't-
utilized properly, it could be a good thing.
This isn't my hot take, but here's a hot take. We should stop listening to people who routinely do ketamine and maybe probably have autism.
No,
in a
no, this
way
was Bernie Sanders talking on something that Elon Musk said, basically saying that that's not going to happen because he is one of the people that are there. He's like, if we had good people that were the ones that were controlling AI for
Sure.
its uses, then we could bring it into a political system. Even, I mean, you could essentially get to a place where you have AI running the country. If you have the right people programming it, because it's just essentially making some good decisions based upon what the stats say, as opposed to making fake stats and then trying to make decisions based upon those.
Let's hope not. That sounds kind of
Yeah.
scary. That sounds like a
based
movie.
on those pictures, yeah, I don't trust that one bit, dude.
Well, I
That
don't
sounds
think
like a
I don't
fucking
think it would be
horror show.
Chat GPT running the country. I think we can make our own system, but it is
what I want.
fully
I want
possible.
the
I take my
what I want
chances
to
at this
re-
point. So with ChatGPT,
I'll-
so
whoever's making those Tupac, Mr. Rogers videos, I want that to be the AI
That's-
that we
that's
have
for
run
sure.
the country.
That's the
100%.
president. You should not say that aloud before finding out who is making those, though.
Oh
'cause
fuck, who?
that could be a regret.
But who is making those, man? Why?
So-
how
I don't
come
know,
I look
man.
like a fucking? I won't even say it. But
there's a new
And
one
they're
out
straight
though.
up-
There's a new one out though, and there was a Home Alone one where it showed the actor. It was all AI, but it showed the actor like looking like they were from the movie. So like, let's say one of the bandits, right? Or let's say Kevin, right? We don't like Kevin around here, but it was like
Oh, I
Kevin from
do.
the
I'm full
movie.
Kevin.
he's a freak.
Kevin from the movie, but he had his arm around like Kevin from 2025, and it's
Oh,
like
I
it goes
saw
around. Have you
that,
seen
yeah.
those?
I saw those.
They're
yeah.
incredibly
freaky, dude.
realistic because you're like, damn, they
Incredible.
actually look
Yeah.
like it's crazy.
I saw the Sandlot one with the great Hambino and that chick. They were all like wanting at the pool or whatever. Remember that?
But they
yeah,
made her
of course. Why am I blanking on
Or
the
was
name?
it her?
Wendy Peppercorn.
Penny?
Wendy
Yeah,
Peppercorn.
yeah. Wendy Peppercorn. Yeah, they were. Dude, man, since you brought up Home Alone, I came home last night from the basketball game and my sister-in-law's in town and she's on the couch watching Home Alone 2. It's just starting, and I was like, whatever. I sat down for like 5 minutes and watched it, but I saw the Wet Bandits. You just mentioned the guys.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
remembered a story when we were about 16. Me and my friend Stinky, Jared Stevens, dude, Stinky. Shout out Stinky. We used to go and we'd get 32-ounce McDonald's just waters in the drive-thru. And we had this neighborhood, the Corner Bar. It was called the Corner Bar, and it was super tiny. And you could open the front door, and you could almost reach the bar. I mean, it was just such a little dive. So I'd park in the alley like, across the street, and Stinky would run over there, open the door, and just throw this 32. So you're just a guy sitting there drinking a Bud Light, and freaking just get fucking drenched. And anyways, then we'd go home to Jared's house. and call him up. No caller ID. You know, this is 1992 or whatever. And all Jared would say in the phone was, "Wet bandits." Fuck you, motherfuckers!
that
Get
is
your
fucking
fucking.
highly inappropriate.
Hey, you remember the talk boy from Home Alone 2? The little thing that he records everything on?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Remember they
yeah.
put that out as a toy, like back in the day when
Yeah.
the movie came out? And literally all it was just a tape recorder. It didn't
just
do
a
anything.
recorder. Yeah,
Yeah.
It had the ability to play back in slow motion. So you could,
Oh,
I
yeah, yeah,
believe.
yeah.
So that was it. Like basically what you could do if you just hold the play button only halfway, you know. And then it had the extended microphone. You could hold it like this, dude.
Yeah. It probably ate tapes like crazy though,
Oh yeah.
making it slow down.
So I thought he was taking a Polaroid when I first saw it in the movie yesterday. 'Cause it starts from the beginning. I know they're setting up his voice, his recordings from the first one, right? Because no sequel can be any different from the original. So they're setting up so he can be like, "Leave the change, you filthy animal," or
He,
You know what I mean?
He doesn't have it in the first one. I don't
It's in
think.
different movies.
no, he doesn't have that. But he has. He's definitely going to be they're going to be reusing this bit of him taping something.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
It's a different
later
movie,
on in the
though.
movie, he comes in. The guy comes, the concierge, and he's like, "Get out of here, you little pervert," or whatever, from when he was filming
yeah.
his uncle in the shower
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
the beginning of the movie.
Right.
Fucking crazy bastard. Kevin McAllister, freak show, dude.
Yeah.
Got some
One of the
major
greatest lines ever from the first one. I know, John, you don't like the movie, but look what you did, you little jerk. That's the best.
yeah.
one. My kids say that all the time. Like, look at what you did, you little jerk.
You little jerk.
I took away the les incompetents.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're what the French call a les incompetents.
The other day we're doing trivia, and it's Christmas movies, and Die Hard's like number 6, dude. And I'm just like, fuck. I almost flipped my table up and ran out of there.
What
dude.
was
This
the
is bullshit.
trivia?
It was we were just doing bar trivia, and then it was like find the common theme. It was all Christmas stuff, but these were just all this theme was Christmas movies. It was very obvious.
Oh,
But they
gotcha.
would just ask questions. I think that one was quotes, and it was like, "Why don't you come to the West Coast, or we can blah blah blah." And I was like, "I have no idea, dude." Howard the Duck, and someone said Die Hard, and I go, "Fuck."
I think it's
Yeah.
why don't you come to the West Coast? We can have some laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying it when he's in the vent.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I always pictured Judd Nelson in that right there, but he's doing that in Breakfast Club. They're both in a vent, like an air conditioner.
Oh yeah, he's in the drop ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you
Well,
think that's a real thing? Can I? Maybe not
you
me,
cannot,
but one of you guys.
cannot walk on a drop ceiling.
No, not walk on a drop ceiling. But can I be in an air conditioning vent like Bruce Willis in the Christmas classic Die Hard?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I've been on top of air conditioning vents. They just have to be in a commercial setting,
I'm pretty fat.
and you have
dude. I
to
don't
move.
think-
Well, I didn't. You mean you? I was just speaking about a you.
Yeah,
as
like
anybody.
like a female sheep. That's
If-
what I look like.
If maybe you shouldn't try. That's what I would say. But there's a chance if you distribute.
I can't distribute,
Yeah.
dude. I'm just there.
So
I
I
have
used
no
to have
way.
a job at a utility.
We know, Tyler.
Yeah, I used to have a job. Period. Done. No, but I worked at a utility,
over it,
and
dude.
in order to give people money, I was I had to process their stuff, and then I'd have to go out and like hop on the roof and look at their ACs and all that kind of stuff, and you'd have to climb up these like janky ladders. And Mark, you're probably familiar where like some of them have like a cage around them, but you're like climbing up
Yeah.
the side of a building, and you like this
Yeah,
sketchy building that's been there for 50 years. And you're like, I used to get like kind of halfway and just peek over and be like, yep, it's new. Like I never went and checked because it was like, fuck that. I'm not going on all the way up there. So it's kind of crazy. So there's probably a lot of the public's money out there that probably shouldn't be. So
Hey, John, are you trying to promote your back scratcher right now?
Why have I been using it?
Well, you're drumming it, you're scratching everything, So I just assumed you were trying to let the audience listen in that you had a very loud
$1.50
thing
back
that you're fidgeting with.
Oh, can you hear it?
That's my passive aggressive way of telling you to fucking put
Shut
the
the
back
fuck
scratcher
up.
down because you keep smacking it around, dude. And I can hear everything.
Okay, received.
Yeah.
Can you hear this?
Yeah, like super
Okay.
clearly. That is John, for you listeners, scratching his beard with his back scratcher.
Hey, here's a new segment. What am I scratching?
Personalized back scratchers available on talkhardpod.com.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
we do have to get those. Tyler, we're going to leave that to you because they need to be laser engraved.
Fair. I can do that. I can handle that.
Yeah. I think that'll be a
Really?
hot ticket.
Dude, nice. I want one for sure.
So, since we're
Appreciate you.
talking about our merch for our hard-ons, we can bring up that we now have a voicemail service that you can call in like old school radio show and be on the show. You can leave a
Yeah.
message when you can get all lubed up. You can leave a comment. You can leave a question. We already have two calls in. I can play those for you right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a job with yous, and I'm gonna start slinging vehicles. I'm the best there is, the best there is. I bang your head up against the hood if I can't get a sale. Let me know. Call me back 1-800. Shut the fuck up.
I think that was a wrong number, if I'm being honest.
That it almost had to have been, man. That's
This one is for sure for us. I mean, we're not even hiring. Tyler doesn't even have a job, dude.
True.
Like, you know,
I know.
if
I
we had an
barely
opening,
do.
we would give it to him.
Appreciate it.
Sound engineer.
Yeah, first time caller, long time listener. Hey, every Monday when your podcast drops there, I listen to you on my way into work. My drive into work's maybe 15, 27 minutes, depending on the weather and the traffic and all that. But I tell you what, on those pod drop days, I'm in that car, hour, 17 minutes, no problem. The thing is I got to keep pulling over to drain the lizard. You know what I mean? This one time, I swear to God, you were going to make me pee all inside of my Ford Corolla. You know what I mean? And I just can't have that. So I pull over and I drain the lizard. And as I'm pulling over, people start honking at me because I got one of those bumper stickers that you guys got, the honk if you listen to Talk Hard. Apparently, a lot of people listen to Talk Hard because they're just honking and honking and honking. Oh, geez, because I've been reading. You're one of the fastest growing podcasts on the internet here. And, I don't know that I can say it, but I got to start believing it at some point. People keep telling me this, so yeah, I'm just happy that I got to be a hard on way early. I've been hard for you guys since day one. And, I've been telling all my friends that they got to get hard. We're all out here just listening to Talk Hard. Let's get hard with them, So I'm happy to be a hard on and, just keep up the good work, guys. I just wanted to say, we're all proud of you out here and, talk hard.
Oh wow, man.
So,
I mean,
if you go
I'm
to
shook.
if you go to our socials, there'll be a link in the bio. You can go to the website. It's just a link. You click it, and you can start talking hard.
That guy almost sounded like he might have been like a Midwest, like a Chicago guy or
Yeah.
something.
I think that was my uncle.
A lot
if
of
I'm being
darts in the
honest.
cold for that guy.
Yeah, that was kind of suspicious. But the first guy, I truly think that was a wrong number. But
So did you guys ever do prank calls when you were a kid? Of course, right? That's
Oh.
kind of what we did
Oh, yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
We had a guy that I grew up with who was like, he could have probably been on the Jerky Boys, but his most favorite one was to call this guy who former military guy, but he had some sons, and he would call this guy as a military recruiter, Sergeant Randy Crawford. And like he would call this guy and talk to him and get him fired up. And this guy was like a Vietnam vet, and I'm pretty sure he wanted to kill him at some point. Like just like this guy he was not messing around with Sergeant Randy Crawford. It's a good one.
I never
I'll
had
get him to
like
call in.
an elaborate story or anything like that. It was just the refrigerator running type of stuff, you
Yeah.
know, like some.
But Jerky Boys is great. I
got
gotta run that back. Where can I find some Jerky Boys these days? Probably YouTube.
I bet you it's
I'm
on
sure it's on
Spotify,
there, yeah.
dude.
probably on
Spotify,
Spotify, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if it holds up.
I bet it does, dude. Probably. I don't know.
It's got to, right? Because I as I've gotten older, I cringe at some of like, especially like with the kids these days with their socials when they like go around and prank people and
Oh yeah.
do shit on. Like I don't like that, dude. Like it seems mean. But it's no different than when I watch, somebody get tackled in football now, where I'm like, oh fuck, like meanwhile, like it's just a regular tackle, dude bounces up, but I'm like, nah, his leg is broke, dude. Like he's never getting up from that because I'm picturing myself if I were to get hit like that hard and I would
Yeah.
be toast, like, and I can't watch skate videos anymore where kids, where they don't land the trick, like that used to be a no problem type of thing. I can't watch it anymore.
But some of the prank
So-
stuff is so bad, like like harassing like old people and stuff. You're like, come on, kid, like this isn't even funny.
Yeah.
You're just being an asshole.
Oh, exactly.
There's
That
one
shit
kid
drives
who
me
who goes around like a little horse and makes like horse sounds, and he's like, he got 1 million followers or something like that. But he just like goes and pisses people off. It's like it's such rage bait content.
It's like, and especially because you just want to hit them, and they want you to hit them
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
something can happen with that, right? But like, just I don't like it. Kids, if you're listening out there, I don't like it. So
Get
just get
more
off my
creative,
freaking lawn,
kids.
dude.
Do you go like if you I was thinking about your injury thing, like if someone's like, "Oh my god, he just fucking shattered his ankle." Do you go back and watch it or you purposely avoid that? I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I will watch it for sports only if I'm watching the game because I want to know if that person is hurt. Like I don't get too cringed out by the actual injury part of it. That doesn't necessarily bother me. It's just that every hit now, routine, I think is a big hit. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, ooh, for every hit. The injury part, I'm just like, oh, he's toast. Like that doesn't bother me too much.
Well, like someone will be like, "Did you see? Ankles don't move like that, man.
Yeah.
Watch this replay." And I'm like, "No, thanks, dude. I
Yeah.
don't want to see it, bro." It's
I'm not doing it in like a injury porn way, but
Oh, I
will
am.
I will give it a quick watch.
a little sneak peek. It's like
Yeah.
when you see that. Never mind. I'll freaking refrain from that. But back to prank calls. I was a prank call fucking machine, dude. That's all me and Stinky did, dude. The Wet Bandits, the OG Wet Bandits, freaking.
Do we ask why Stinky is called Stinky?
You know what? He said he wasn't a stinky dude at all. In fact, he reeked in cologne because he was one of those guys that just like dumped Wet Bandit style on his head. But he said he was little and his grandma gave him that name because he would come home sweating like playing
Oh,
basketball.
he's
and
a
stuff.
family named Stinky.
Family name Stinky, yeah.
Yeah, that's always good.
Cologne
kinda
used to be a
like-
big deal back when we were like kids. I don't know, people still use it obviously, but like it used to be a big deal.
Dude,
Kids,
yeah.
like, throw
I
on
started
cologne, but,
rocking
like, way too
cologne.
much, like
I started
way too
rocking
much.
cologne a few months ago, bro.
You did?
You're back for the first
Yeah.
time? Or are you back on it?
I mean, I probably haven't worn cologne since like high school Dracar Noir,
Yeah, that's
cool
what I'm talking
water days. But yeah, I mean, just a spray, just a little bit of
More of a spritz behind the ears type
yeah,
guy.
just something to like,
Perk your nostrils.
Take the
yeah,
edge
just
off.
get you going. You know when I walk into a room now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah.
Spray delay.
Oh,
walk
there he
away.
is. Yeah.
There
But,
he is.
I like it. It makes me feel like I'm
natural woman?
I'm a little different than everybody else.
But what is it okay, so what flavor is it? Is it a woodsy flavor? Is it like a, manly
it's
flavor? Or are you
a
kind of a
sh-
CK1 type guy?
It's
like,
got two C's like that. Chanel maybe. It's an expensive one.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Hey,
I
listen,
was gonna say patchouli oil.
you're gonna wear it. You gotta wear it. You know what I mean? You're not buying it at Walgreens. So.
he's gonna show up next week with a bunch of rings and like a suit, like a greasy suit and like a
I
Dude,
know
I-
where this is going. Look
And
at
I
the hat,
have
for
I
Christ's
have
sakes.
been well, it's New Year's, bro. This is the New Year's episode, man.
Oh,
okay.
that's a
I have
fedora.
been thinking like I want to get a gold chain. So I don't know. I don't know where this is going to.
Tyler, I think you're onto something, dude. You
Yeah.
nailed it, man.
But you're gonna have to buy
Holy
it from some shady joint like downtown, like trade them something for it,
I'm gonna get some Cuban links. Yeah, but from a dude. You know what I mean? I got a guy. I'm not going to the store for
I'm
that.
sure you could find some dudes with some good Cuban links, if you know what I'm saying. So,
Well, you used to send me those Cuban links. They were actually really good.
yeah.
Those were good, man.
I just had to do it with with a VPN number, just so
Yeah.
I didn't have any track record.
You don't want to show up in the files later on.
Yeah. Speaking of, Tyler sending people links.
Light it up, feel the flame, Tyler's breaking it down. No two things the same, talk hard, get loud, no fake, no flake. Welcome to Tyler's, that's hot take.
If you have one, I guess I didn't
Yeah,
ask
I
if you
do.
had one.
I do actually. So I came prepared. So thanks for teeing me up without notice. But so this week the debate, and I've been, since I'm home a lot, I kind of start to doom scroll a lot, and so I'm kind of into some weird spots on the internet. But generally speaking,
This is what I'm talking about.
it's above
Cuban
board,
links.
generally speaking. But the debate on TikTok now in employment TikTok, ploy talk, whatever we're telling it, is would you rather? And this is don't answer the question yet, but would you rather make $150,000 working from home, remote, never have to go anywhere, work in your undies, or make $200,000 and drive to work every day? And let me before you answer, I'll tell you my answer. 100% is not driving in a commute, because around here, spending 10 hours a week in the car is not worth any amount of money to me. So locally, maybe, but like anywhere you go, and John backed me up on this, it's an hour, regardless of where you're going to work. And I kind of live in a place where it's sort of an island. So you got to go an hour one way, hour this way. I would 100%, maybe not 50,000, but I would definitely take less money to work from home. So
I would also do the same, but for fiscal reasons, I do believe that there is a tax increase at like $188,000. So if you make over that number, making 200,000 isn't much different, because you end up paying more taxes. So
maybe
you'll make more money at 150, especially you have no gas to spend, you have none of that going on, and in this day and age, you still end up working from home, dude. So you leave work and then you got emails. You're still required to have all that stuff. So working
sure.
from home, no brainer. Unless it's a pants off situation. If I don't have to wear my pants at this
My
job,
pants are always off, and when I'm driving.
but you can't do that at the office. At least I've never worked in an office.
My
I
pants
just
are
assume,
also always off.
yeah. So yeah, I'm staying at home. How about you, John?
Well, I initially thought that's a no-brainer. I'm staying at home because I don't fucking want to go anywhere ever. But then I started doing a little math on my handy dandy calculator. I don't know if you heard me scratching my balls with the scratcher earlier. That was actually this.
Yeah.
So 10 hours a week, Tyler. You're thinking an hour each way, right? To and fro.
yeah, 40
If
hours
I
a
may.
month.
Okay, so 10 hours times.
Oh,
so
hold on. I
5
missed that part. It's 10 hours a week in the office or 10 hours of driving?
10 hours a week
Commute time.
driving, 1 hour
Okay,
each way.
Gotcha.
Okay, so 520 hours a year. Just driving. Is that worth 50,000 extra dollars a year to be commuting for 5? You know what? I'm back in on the commute.
That's
Because-
21 days a year. 21 days a year you're in your car, full 24-hour
Because-
days.
But Talk Hard goes for an hour long.
Yeah,
So that is one of those hours down the tubes.
1 day a week.
1 day a week, 1 way a week. Done. Now we're down to 9.
Sure.
I've just saved 52 hours off of my
Okay.
commute time.
So that's the mathematical response. But what about, John, and, I mean, let's be clear, you're a people person. Would you like to go knowing that you'd have to have water cooler conversations about the same shit with the same people every day, listen to them cough with your misphonia, and listen to them eat and listen to them unwrap stuff? And how are we feeling about it
Breathe.
now?
I am back in on the work from home I would do that for $50,000 over that, dude. You're right. I fucking hate it. I can't stand that.
But let's say,
I hate-
okay, what if you made double? What if you made double? Let's say you make $100,000 a year. They're going to pay you $200,000. I think it's a no-brainer. You got to start driving. To me,
Yeah.
If it's going to be double, then maybe you can have a water cooler conversation here and there. I actually don't mind being in the car. 2 hours a day is a lot, dude. But
Break it down like this. If you're saying you're going to do double, like $100,000 extra than you would make if you go in. So you're going to make $100,000 more a year. That is $1,900 a week. So if somebody said, hey, we're going to give you another $1,900 a week if you just start coming into the office, you're fucking doing that, dude.
$190 an hour to commute.
Yeah.
But so sometimes the commute, we're saying it's 1 hour. That is on a good day. I've driven home from San Diego. I'm north of San Diego. When I commuted down there, and like on a Friday, it would take me over 2 hours to get home, like on a Friday. So yeah, there's a suck factor to it, but 100%, you're taking the money no matter what. You're taking the money, driving, sucking it up, doing whatever you got to do.
Yeah. You're not sucking it. You know, I don't know what kind of job are we talking about here? How much do I have to suck
$20
up?
is $20 as far as I know.
$20 is $20, man.
Yeah.
Your pants are off, presumably, you said, in the car.
Always.
Yes.
But I used to drive around for work. I was like, I fixed phone systems, like I told you guys, and you didn't believe me because of my lack of
never
technical
shut
acumen,
up about this lie, dude.
So I was a phone. I was a phone system fixer. They used to call me Phony Johnny. Wait a minute, no that. But anyways, I would drive around, and
That adds up.
how my company worked was, since we were in Orange County, our office, oftentimes I'd leave straight from home and come straight home, but they counted us in Orange County. So if we commuted from Orange County at the end of the day, like we're at a place, they say that's on us because we're in Orange County. But, and this is where Tyler will probably cringe, if you are up in Woodland Hills or God knows where, Santa Barbara, we'd be all the way up there. They're like, your ride home is on you, dog. And we'd be leaving at like 5 o'clock. So you get it one way, but not the other. And I mean, I'd have a 2.5 hour ride sometimes, dude. That fucking sucked, man.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm back into staying at home.
The traffic around here is, and Mark, I don't know what it's like where you live, but like, it is brutal, like just brutal. Because if you drive 50 miles one way, it's a straight road, no traffic. Okay, no problem. You can knock that out. But this is like stop and go, one accident, fucking up your whole afternoon, 2 hours, an hour extra, blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
when if you go and you physically do something, if you're making something or you need to meet with people, blah blah blah. But if you're just sitting in front of a computer in a different place, it makes zero sense to sit in front of that computer at a different place every day. I understand, but the thing is, I will say a caveat is that I worked remote for almost 3 years, and there were times where I wanted to have like an actual conversation because the digital interaction with the person, I couldn't get my point across, right? Like it was just like, we'd have a Zoom, but you can't, you need some sort of like in the same room, have a conversation with somebody, right? Plus off the record too. You could have off the record conversations versus everything's on the record in Zoom and whatever, you know? So
I'm with you on that. I do think, how about the synergy, bro? That's a company.
Fuck synergy. Fuck that corporate bullshit talk. Like we already went over that stuff. Like I don't need to circle back with you. I don't need this synergy. I don't need any of that fucking camaraderie bullshit. Because you know what? Frankly, in my position, and let me hot take this for a second, is that you may come down to a Friday, get a 15-minute call on your calendar, and they'll fucking let you go. There's no family effect in this corporate world. It's like you're a fool if you buy into all that pizza party bullshit. You know, that's just So
I hated every minute of any time I worked for a company, other than there's been some construction jobs that I had. I mean, but you're basically hanging out with your buddies, you know, motherfucking this, motherfucking that, you know, doing some work, going to the bar afterwards, and that was real. And as long as you did your job, you're typically never going to get fired unless there's a recession or something like that. But I even had I got hired at Walmart, and this is like 17, so my last year of high school, and I had come from Frank's Nursery and Crafts, a very prestigious lawn and garden center. I loved it there, but Walmart they were giving you better wage and shit, and it was a process. You go through training and all this kind of stuff, and then my first day on the floor, they gathered the lawn and garden people, the manager, and he was like, "All right," and it was like this pep talk. And then like everybody claps, and then you put your hands in, and you're like, "All right, guys, let's get out there and get them." And their hands went up, and then I just turned around and I walked right the fuck out of that store.
Yeah,
never worked a minute, dude.
That's crazy.
I'm like, I can't do this. I don't know what that is, but it ain't what I'm doing. I came here to slang some azaleas, bro. I'm not here to fucking.
I think you might have made it through that the initial thing because I'm sure they didn't have a box that said pessimist or not, so you probably
No.
weren't able to
You
click
know
it,
what
dude.
though? If based on my experiences in a Walmart, I think they prefer that you're a pessimist because you're just a little more realistic about what to expect up in this motherfucker. Target's
Yeah,
looking for a little bit of higher
It's fu-
quality of.
it's funny. So I notice a lot of things. It's like the kind of the I don't know what to call them. Let's call them blue collar workers. That's general. It's a general term for people that are out there doing stuff like that. But they're all kind of having the last laugh in a lot of situations now, like work wise, because it's like there's electricians and plumbers making a ton of money, right? And it's kind
for
of like,
sure.
damn, all this, fools that did the whole go to college, you'll get a job and you'll work and blah blah blah. It's like, man, shame on us. We should have just done the other thing, So
Yeah, making a lot of
good for
money
them.
with
I mean,
the.
I'm jealous, frankly. Being able to do that. It's hard ass
Dude, it
work.
was I had that like even when I was, I went right out of in high school, I was in the trades and then went right out. But I would have friends come in from college, they went away and then come in, we go to the bars. It was, probably around the holidays or something. You run into some other kids you went to high school with. And back then, dude, I was even like I wouldn't say embarrassed, but I just kind of kept what I was doing quiet.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like for that time, you're talking 1999, I was making like 60 grand a year, as an apprentice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was just showing up places and hauling lumber for people and stuff like that. And they're coming out of college applying for jobs, hoping to get that $40,000 a year job. And I'm getting full benefits and all that. But at that, if I told them that I was doing that, there would always be this look like, oh, that's cool. Good for you. Like you couldn't get a communications degree at the school that I'm going to,
Yeah.
and it's like, all right, yeah, man, whatever. Dude.
The
But at that time, I didn't have the confidence to be like, yeah, because it's like everybody I knew went away, so I'm just hanging out with the dudes that I work with, basically.
Right.
I used to be kind of adjacent to like workforce development, and workforce development is essentially, the local municipalities trying to find people careers and kind of plug you in a pipeline to get a career, right? Well, it's funny because most of those like careers, whatever, they would funnel people into like for a while it was welding. Can't find enough welders when you're everybody, you got to go be a welder, make a ton of money. And then for a while it was like, go be a lineman and stuff like that. And it's like, man, those kids that took those opportunities are probably making a ton of money, especially like the welders and the linemen and stuff like that. It's like those programs took kids from no direction whatsoever and just plugged them into this pipeline. And so it was, I think
Yeah.
that is, as far as government programs go, that was probably super valuable for a lot of people. So
If you went government, you would be good. I mean, something that you could relate to a little bit in the trades, if you, and this isn't every union, but if you join the union, with things getting tighter and tighter and tighter, once you reach, you have guaranteed raises and you're guaranteed, it's just all happening and you're getting it. No matter if you work twice as hard as the guy next to you, you guys started the same day, you're going to grow the same speed. Once you get to that point of foreman, basically, you drastically increase in price, but the person that's 2 years behind you can do the same thing that you're doing. So often, depending on how busy, you're getting laid off and you have to go sit in the hall. You're not allowed to work theoretically for anybody else. You still have to pay your dues, but you're only out because they can pay somebody less, with less experience, less money to
yeah.
do the same thing that you can do. So it's not all, roses, but if you were in the government at that time, you'd be great. I don't know about now, but
This was just government putting people into private jobs. That's what it was. It wasn't the
private
government
sector.
employing people. It was the government putting people, connecting employers with talent, if you will, right? Like kids,
Got
or
it.
not kids, but like, people that wanted to work and learn that trade specifically. Because the private employer would say, hey, we don't have enough people to work. We don't have enough people to do these jobs, right? So they would.
And then the government would recruit them like they would for the Coast Guard.
Yes, John took two directions: welding or Coast Guard, and he chose to be a coastie.
And I chose wrong. I fucking went to the goddamn Coast Guard, man.
But like, John, what are your kids gonna do? Like, what do your kids want to be? You know, your kid's a little older than mine. What do they want to do? Do they know?
Sam is definitely going to be in the NBA. And I'm not saying that from a daddy perspective. He clearly will not. But
Yeah.
but his that is the only thing on his entire mind is so he has not gone further than that. The other day he did mention something else. He were just driving and he's like, "Hey, Dad, what is it, son? If I don't make the NBA, like, do you think this is a good?" He finally had a fallback. I just can't remember what it was, man. But it's NBA or bust
Yeah.
for him, man.
My
Do
youngest son
yourself a
said he was
favor
going to
and
make
try
the
to
Hall of
remember
Fame.
what that was, dude.
Oh well, then that would mean interacting, and I don't like that. No, God, I just can't remember what it was, man. I think it was something to do with sports. He's a sports fanatic. I mean, like I was and am, but at that
Yeah.
age too. I remember I told my brother one time that I could play in the NBA if I really wanted to, and at the time I fucking meant it, dude. And obviously that is the biggest, like without exaggeration or anything. Like I could have probably in my day played like JUCO, maybe
Yeah.
basketball. I'm not saying I would have been a star of the team or got a lot of minutes even, but that was probably my talent level.
Dude, if you
At
were
one point.
doing that, but you like could transport yourself into whatever the past 10 years, you could be on one of those Netflix JUCO teams. You would have been a star, bro.
Yeah.
We could have
Dude,
got you a TV show deal.
Those are great shows, by the way.
Yeah.
Man, that was the greatest, man. I would have been like, when I was like 21, 22, that was probably the heyday of my basketball as good as I ever got, you know? And I would have absolutely destroyed myself at 17 or 18. And I always think, like, if my parents would have done what people do now and put me in a year later in school, you know, just for that reason alone, which they did. And I graduated at 17, but I turned 18 like in July right afterwards. But man, I think I would have been, I think I might have played at a JUCO maybe, you know, if I
Yeah.
would have been super into it enough. Talk is cheap, so that's why I don't even like bringing shit like this up, because I could say anything.
You
But
throw that
I'm trying to
football
be very
dang near
accurate.
over the mountain. You throw that
Yeah,
football
exactly.
over the mountain.
Exactly.
Rico.
My wife thinks I'm
Man.
Al fucking Bundy all the time talking about high school
Yeah.
basketball and shit, but
I get it, though.
and I can't deny it. But to answer your question, Sam NBA, and I shouldn't say that, he is going to make the NBA. Damn it, I love you,
Yeah.
bro. Especially if you're listening. But my daughter, she kind of was thinking about like veterinary. She kind of keeps going there. She's a real
I like
cat
that.
lover, you know. But yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But I've oftentimes thought I would definitely push Sam, my son, especially into the trades. And I'm not trying to disrespect girls in the trades. I'm just saying he would show interest because he helps me in the wood shop and stuff. But I would have no problem with that whatsoever. Foregoing college and doing an apprenticeship or whatever it may be, that would make my day, actually, because I know it would set him up for a good life. It was what I would think.
And save you a couple bucks if he's not smart
Save me a
enough
couple.
to get a scholarship.
I'm actually actively trying to keep both of them out of college, if you catch my drift.
I do, because you just said like literally you're trying to keep them out of college.
I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, it wasn't
but-
much of a drift as much of it was a very heavy gust, dude. You said the thing.
Oh, yeah. God damn it.
Hey, I'm gonna do something unprecedented. I'm gonna let you two talk amongst yourselves, but I gotta go drain my lizard.
Oh, God. Hey, hold on. Say that again.
What's that? Yeah, I gotta go.
Drake.
I gotta drain my lizard.
Wait a second.
God dang it.
Wait a
Tyler, I
second.
think that might have been Mark on that second message, man.
Nah.
Hey, but Tyler, I think I derailed your what you were really asking me. I don't know what you were starting with there about what your
No, I
kids
just
wanna
was
be.
asking, like, what do your kids want to do? Like, I always ask kids, well, you always ask kids, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And of course, when they're younger, they're like, my youngest son says he wants to play Major League Baseball and make it to the Hall of Fame. So you're like, okay, like, that's fine. But then my older son is completely different personality, and he's like, I want to be a chef. And I'm like, great.
Oh,
That's cool. That's cool,
great,
man. Like,
man.
what kind of chef do you want to be? And he's like really into it and stuff like that. So I kind of wish somebody had like fostered me or ushered me into like a direction, because it's like, well, in my generation, I'm talking, what is it, Zennial to early millennial. It's like the thing was just go to school, get your degree, and then you're going to magically be something for the rest of your life. So every time, and I don't do this often, but I'm always like when somebody says, and I talk to a young person, like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, man, make sure you go to school to be something, right? Like to do something. You come out and you don't just have like a communications degree. No offense to a communications degree, but like, what do you do? What does that make you? What does that qualify you to do? To communicate. I'm not sure we need that, right? Like, but my degree's in like my bachelor degree's in political science. Like, well, what the hell do I do with that? Like, that was a waste of time, right? Why didn't you become something specific? So anyway, that's what I'm getting at. I feel like the world has changed a little bit, but we were sold the bill of goods where it was like, you go to college, you'll be employed for the rest of your life. Well, things have changed and nobody could predict the future because you just can't do that, and things will change again. But it's like, there's a lot of people stuck in that space where it's like, if you haven't done something specific over your career and you just kind of work in an office doing different things, then you're not that one thing, right? So
Yeah, no, I agree. I couldn't agree more with all that, dude. And I think that is like what people were just like, you just have to go to college,
Yeah.
and then all will be revealed, magically. But at the same time, with your own eyes and ears, you're almost being gaslamped by society because you're just watching and you're like, I saw my friends that were older come back from college and just be like, no idea, dude. They
Yeah.
were like, now they're selling fertilizer, which is fine. And I know some people who have specifically made a lot of money doing that thing. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, to Tyler's point, it had nothing to do with what they went to college for, besides maybe gaining a worldly perspective or things like that. But I feel like
They
they
didn't
could have
gain a
maybe
worldly
started that,
perspective there. They gained maybe an alcoholism or some form of addiction.
Yeah.
So-
So that's the thing
so
is
the
that like
reason-
college was a great experience. I'm glad I did it. But it is what you make out of it. There's got to be a little bit of self-determination. You can't just graduate and be like, here I am, and then, employ me. So maybe that's me, maybe I could have gone a different direction in that way where it's like, well, you got to go out and do your stuff, right? You got to go out and become that thing after college. It doesn't just make you that one thing,
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
most people
and-
would go and get a communications degree, because it was all encompassing for you to go out there and get any entry level job,
with your
because-
degree.
With your degree, yeah.
That
I
used
mean,
to be the
I
base
had-
qualification though. I mean,
I was applying for
remember-
jobs when I was trying to leave construction and just lying and just saying I had, like, because I was like, I would ask my friends, I'm like, they ever check to see if you went to college? And
Yeah.
they're like, no, I'm just putting it on my resume. I'm like, well, I'll put it on my resume too. Like, you're applying to sell these cars, and you went to school for something else. Like, what is it? It's a fucking matter, dude. So I just would
Yeah.
put, I have 4-year degree at this school. Fucking prove me wrong, bro.
Right.
Like, who you gonna ask?
when I worked in government, there was a ceiling you couldn't get above unless you had a degree. So, but that used to be the thing for a lot of like careers where it was like, you can't get above this level unless you have a degree,
Right.
master's degree or whatever the hell.
Teachers are like that,
doctorate or something like that. I mean, there is a ceiling in certain careers. So I guess in those type of careers it matters. But if you're just doing some sort of liberal artsy job where it's like, communications, like what the hell does that mean? So
What does that mean? What do communications?
well,
That's
back
a
in the
serious
day, it
question.
used to
What
be
do they
like
do?
media and stuff, right? Like media, actual communications, journalism or
take-
something like that.
I don't fully know, but I have several friends with it, and most of them were interested in that. And and they were all sports people, so it was like a sector of, being a salesman because you love sports, which means you have teamwork, abilities. So it was like, you go to college, you don't know what you want to be. Well, what do you like? Sports? You ever try communications?
Yeah.
Because it's either that or you're going to do physical education or something like that, which is then being a teacher regardless. So then you got to go
Yeah.
through that whole rigmarole. But the communications, I believe it lended itself to sales, to anything where you need synergy, and a real positive attitude,
Yep, and a can-do spirit.
knowing how to write an email because you can communicate with everybody really well,
Yeah, but the best salesmen are the kids that went straight off and started working for a car dealership when they were 18, and then they became the best salesmen because they learned how to,
The
school
ones
hard
that
knocks type
started
stuff. They just
started
selling,
bullshitting early and have no respect for the person that they're selling their things to. They
Yeah.
kill it, dude. They
They
kill
kill
it.
it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Tyler, does that end your hot take, dude?
Yeah, that was the longest hot take ever. Thank God.
Jesus Christ.
That's hot.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna roll right into it. Unless John, there's no way you have a jargon jamboree, do you? You can't just have that, right?
Bro,
I tell
I'm
you
going to
this.
clear my mind, and you just ask me, and I'll tell you.
I sing the end of this.
Saddle up your ears and pull up a chair. John's bringing words with a country flair. It's John's Jargon Jamboree. On the Talk Hard Pod, you'll hear him speaking free.
No, I sing this one.
John's Jargon Jamboree. Talking wild.
I don't know. I sing that. That's what I walk around the house singing. John Jargon Jamboree.
Jamboree.
All right.
Mark's Movie Minute. Talk hard and listen loud. Yeah.
This is you're getting a twofer today.
Okay.
Do you
I
hear
want to
me?
be able to guess today, man.
Wait, did we skip
Don't
the?
tell me the name of it.
What just happened?
What? He doesn't have one.
Oh,
No, I do. I always
you
have
do?
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking A, John. My bad. Let's I
No,
just thought
that's
there
all
was
right,
no
man.
way, dude.
You know?
Saddle up your ears and pull up a chair. John's bringing words with a country flair. It's John's Jargon Jamboree. On the Talk Hard Pod, you'll hear him speaking free.
I don't have one this week. No. So this one is.
Are you
this one
pulling
is
my
one,
dick, bro?
Pull my dick, bro. This one is very odd, and I know it's also a thing from my area, but I'll spell it as I do. Crayon.
Yeah. Do you want us to say it?
Yeah.
crayon.
Crayon.
What? Say it again.
Who?
Say it, Tyler.
Crayon.
Tyler.
Crayon.
Mark.
I say crayon.
So Mark is crayon.
No, I'm just saying crayon.
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 Yeah,
Oh,
crayon.
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 Okay. Yeah.
Crayon.
I don't say crayon. That's lunatic style. That's Kevin McAllister shit right there.
Hey, man. Keep the change.
So crayon, I think, is the proper pronunciation. But I say crown like a king would wear a crown.
Why?
I don't know. And I
Crown?
asked my sister-in-law, we were talking about this shit that we all say fucked up where I'm from, and she says crown, and I don't know
Crown.
why. I mean, it makes no sense. Crown, like no difference. It's a homophone for a crown. You have any crowns?
No way, dude.
When I say crayon, I feel like I'm saying Jeremy, dude. It's like I have to really
I say
I
crayon.
struggle to
Yeah, but say crayon.
like cranberry juice.
I say crayon. Yeah, I mean that's how I say it. I'm saying a little bit more of it, but crayon.
I hear a little e, like crayon.
Crayon.
Like you're kind of giving the Y a little bit,
Where
but
is
a
an
little bit.
oun coming out of this?
Crayon.
God, I wish I knew, man. This is John's Jamboree, dude. I don't, and I didn't know that was fucked up till I
It's
was
two
probably
syllables.
25 years old.
How do you get through
Crayon.
school though, right? Some things are we can let pass. You're saying this and I'm your teacher. I think your education, did you a disservice.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Look at me for Christ's
Yeah.
sakes, but crown.
Jeez.
I feel like most of my town was saying crown. I think we're a crown town, dude. Like that's what I think happened, man.
John, what's the name
I
of
was
your
never
town?
Is
correct.
that next to Pound Town?
It's right next to Pound Town. Sometimes you take girls to Crown Town if you catch my drift. That's a little earlier in life, but
Fair.
Where you just you play just the crown?
that's later in life. That's later in life. Just the crown. But now it's one of those Jeremy things. Like I know that I say crown, and I purposely now not that I say it too often, but I'm like crayon.
If you say crayon, nobody will say anything to you. You walk around saying crayon and fucking crown, people are gonna look at you weird. But just say crayon.
Yeah, but I don't drink cranberry juice. I mean I do, but that's what that sounds
This
like
isn't.
to me.
But this is. I'm not talking about cranberry juice. I'm talking about crayon.
I hear crayon.
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 Yeah.
Hey, this is an adjacent.
I give Mark.
point. Do you remember when they made crayons that smelled like things?
Yeah.
Like they would smell
don't
like
have
I got-
berry
that.
or whatever. Did you ever
Yeah,
take
I'll
a
never
bite,
forget
John?
my. You fuck yeah, I did. Oh man, I was eating crowns like crazy,
You
dude.
dumped it in paste. You like put some paste on
Yep.
it.
Oh yeah, I put it in a little thing of marbles and paste and just go to pound on the crown pound, bro. If you catch my drift.
Caught that one too, man.
Oh god,
You're throwing them right at us.
Oh man,
I'm not sure where to go
but
from
yeah.
here.
That's it. I think we need to get out of here as fast as possible. With it.
I want to apologize. I did not think you had one. I'm going to treat it seriously each week now. I'm assuming you have one. So
He said
don't
he was
disappoint
prepared
me.
prior.
Prepared for what?
For the
I
show,
just thought
the
that meant
pod.
I thought that meant he got his mic set up. I didn't realize like he actually did homework.
Hey, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, man.
For
I'm not
both
a
of
miracle
us,
worker
John.
here.
For both
So
of us.
we get an honorable mention. Both movies this week are going to be coming of age. And there's going to be an honorable mention that I'll start with. This isn't my pick, so I'm not going to describe this one. I'll actually edit this out if you guys don't like this. But
I don't like it.
we just lost Rob Reiner and his wife. And you'll see the correlation to the second movie. But we also, so when I call somebody a piece of shit or a scumbag, that's like hardcore me thinking you are a piece of shit and you're a scumbag. So I think Rob Reiner needs his accolades, and what better place to get it than the Talk Hard podcast, one of the most widely listened to podcasts, especially when it comes for the movie reviews. But we recently had a very public figure who should be a role model to people say he deserved to be murdered due to his political beliefs, which, whatever you think, is the biggest piece of shit scumbag fucking thing that somebody could possibly say. In anything. I don't care if you don't like somebody, whatever the case is, it's fucking appalling to me. And it gets me all worked up and angry. What a piece of fucking shit. Do the math on who that person is. Anyways, nobody deserves to have their throat slit while they're sleeping by their own child because they said a bad thing about you, you fucking bitch. Anyways, Rob Reiner made a great coming of age movie, Stand By Me, and it's a good time to celebrate his work, and that is just a gem of a movie, and you should just go watch that for the sake of seeing what a good movie is, and not to mention seeing some actors. We lost Tyler there, but seeing some actors that we see all the time that were children at that time.
Stand By Me, definitely one of my top. I don't want to say 5, but maybe 10. It might be 6, might be 4, but movies all time, dude. I love it. It was a coming of age, like you said, and I just felt really connected to those characters and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic movie on every level, dude.
There was it was a good adaptation, obviously, which Rob Reiner done great. I mean, think about like Misery, even. He was all
Was that
over
a
the
Rob
board.
Reiner joint?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Great
and
movie,
then
dude.
obviously mockumentary style and all that. So giving him his credit where credit is due.
Yeah, I'm sure you knew because you alluded to it, but I was going to drop that it is based on a short story of Stephen King's called The Body.
Yep. Yeah.
And I don't read, but I did read that because I was so curious. That's how much I like Stand By Me. I searched it out so I could read the short story or whatever. I think it was in a book called Night Shift that had like 7 or 8 stories in it or something.
And one of them being Night Shift too, which they also made into a movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
So I definitely
Well-
remember reading that as a kid. I was probably 12 or something, but no, it probably came out. When did it come out? 88. It probably came out when I was like I was born in 77, so 11
I was
or 12.
very similarly aged as the kids in the thing, which I think that they were like 10 to 12 or something like that, right? Like 10,
Yeah,
13. Anyways, I don't know if I should wait for Tyler to come back, if he can come back or not.
No, go for it.
Well, yeah, fuck him, man.
Yeah, fuck Tyler. You know, he's been. I don't want to get rid of that motherfucker. Anyways, we're not recording, are we?
And also, anything I just said is not political. This is just about human to human
Decency.
fucking behavior, man. Like, that is absolutely retarded. And if this is a person that you're looking up to in your life as a role model, or you think he's a tough guy or something like that, that is fucking pussy behavior from the fucking highest level of being a fucking little bitch, piece of shit scumbag. Moving on. On the same vein of somebody kind of like bringing somebody to light here, couple weeks ago or a week ago, Quentin Tarantino just came out and gave his best movies of the past 25 years. And in that, he took it upon himself to say that Paul Dano was a weak, terrible actor. And because he's in one of his favorite movies, which is There Will Be Blood. And in the casting of this, I happen to agree with Quentin. Paul Dano probably wasn't the best character, best actor to have played the role. He did fucking great. He did great. But I think what Quentin was trying to talk about was that they needed more of like a handsome person, because that character like gathers people around to go fight the bad people. And Paul Dano's not exuding charm and character in his face. But anyways, he took it upon himself to then also just like call him a weak, basically piece of shit as a person and as an actor. So because of that, my movie is my favorite movie with Paul Dano. This is a coming of age movie. I wanted to get the year. This came out in 2005, I believe. You got Emil Hirsch. He is
Ooh, love Emil Hirsch, dude.
yeah, and he's a kid that's about to go to college. He's done everything right, so he's still in high school. Straight A's. His whole life has been set so that he could go to the college of his dreams. By the book kind of kid. And then a smoke show moves in next door and basically teaches him how to be a little bit of a kid that should be having a little more fun in some more provocative ways.
Oh.
And then he and his
Starts
friend,
taking him to Crown Town.
Yeah, Paul Dano, one of his friends, and then another one. They recognize this girl from some previous films they might have seen, and the whole movie kind of centers around that. One of my favorite actors, Timothy Olyphant, is in this movie. I love watching anything he's in. Yes,
I have a guess. Before you reveal, but if you want to describe more, do it.
That's it.
This movie is called The Girl Next Door.
Ding 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 ding. Nailed
Never saw it,
it.
but
Really?
But your description.
Here's Johnny.
Justice.
You have
She's
to
a
watch
porn.
that movie, dude. It's it's basically taking some Risky Business-esque style vibes and making it into a hot porno filled coming of age movie.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Who's the girl?
Alicia Cuthbert.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was like my top for such a long time. And if you're 25 years old and you see this movie when it came out in 2005, like, geez Louise. But then she's only into like in real life hockey players, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Tyler, you seem to be back. Are you back?
I'm back.
All right, welcome back.
Yeah,
You missed the whole Mark's Movie Minute, but you can listen to it on the Talk Hard podcast, which comes out on Mondays.
Hey, hold on, man.
Cool.
All looks
The
good.
Girl Next Door. I'll watch it, Mark. I that movie was off my radar completely, but yeah, that girl was definitely hot, and
Yeah, that's a great call that she was, yeah.
And it looks like you're gonna have to rent it from something, but yeah, that's a fun one. And Tyler, you should actually know about this. So this one I was bringing up because of Quentin Tarantino recently talking some shit about Paul Dano. So this is one of my favorite Paul Dano movies. But he was specifically talking about Paul Dano in There Will Be Blood, and not in thinking that he wasn't cast right, something that I agree with. But he was still great nonetheless. And then Quentin Tarantino took it another way and then just started calling him a weak sack of shit as like a person, a human, and an actor, and just a terrible actor in general. And he did actually use the name Weak Sauce. He called him Weak Sauce as a
They definitely have beef of some sort.
yeah, as a
good one.
human.
They definitely have
and
beef.
he took this upon himself. Like this was not an asked scenario. Very similar to other people. So although Quentin Tarantino is still respected, unlike other people in my life, Paul Dano needs to get his flowers for the girl next door, the human tripod.
Shout out Paul Dano.
Yeah. And because
He's
it's
a
time,
listener, I heard.
we got to roll right in to
It's time for love, hate.
I mixed them. I remixed it.
I like that. The best of both worlds.
Yeah, I did a vote on YouTube. I didn't look at your vote, John, on Instagram, but I was split down the middle, so I just did a remix.
I was pretty split.
I like it.
The Bells were winning, but not by much, like by one vote, and I voted for Bells. So I don't know if. But I like that. That sounded good.
I just assumed there was just too many votes to even tally, so it's just better that we
yeah, it was.
we just cruise through. Is
I
anybody
think
feeling
I had
eager?
700,000 votes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We might have to
Wasn't our
start
best poll
boosting,
ever, but-
boosting some posts. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Are you guys feeling
we're-
eager? You want me to keep it rolling? What do you feel?
Yeah, well, I'm ready. If you're ready, go for it.
Well, since my movie thing had some hate in it, I'll stick with my hate vibe, and then I'll end with love. But this might hit a nerve with some people. But 'tis the season. I hate family picture Christmas cards that are sent to my house with a passion. They go right in the trash for me, and I hate it on many levels. One, this isn't fucking 1980, so like I get it. You want to send it to your relatives that you don't get to see that often, typically a grandparent or something like that. Other than that, like we have the internet now, so I know what your fucking kids look like, and I don't care either what they look like.
And they're ugly
unless
online and in the card.
Unless I'm involved in their lives in some capacity. What is it with you that makes you think I want to take a picture of you and your family and put it on my fridge? Like, what world do you live in that's what you think people want from you? Now, if you want to make an individual one for everybody to get their own little version, so you're like, oh, check out the one I got. Maybe now we're having a little fun with it. It's a little more thoughtful. But you're like, yo, let's take these fucking photos. Let's pay these people to take these photos nonetheless. And then let's just mail them the people that we rarely talk to. And so that they can put our faces on their fucking fridge, because that's what the holiday is all about. Egotistical gifts for something. Have it come with a gift. Send me a package. Send me a edible arrangement with your fucking family photo. But I didn't ask for it, and I don't need it, and I don't want it, to be honest with you. And just stop it. Take that photo, post it on the internet. And if I want to take a look at it, I'll take a look at it. Don't waste the paper. Don't waste the postage. Don't waste my time.
You explained the rub already, but part of it is
Merry
people
Christmas.
that you never talk to. Yeah, Merry Christmas too. But people that you never talk to. So at my house, obviously, I wasn't the first person to own this house, but we still get Christmas cards from people that were friends with the people that lived here 10 years ago. And so
from other people coming to those people. Yeah.
Yeah, to those people. And I'm like, how impersonal is that? You don't even know that they moved from here 10 years ago.
Exactly.
10 years
Yes.
ago. Yeah.
And the thing is,
Well,
is
I
so
didn't
like
think of
it's great that you're thinking of people around the holidays, but your thought to think of them and to show that you're thinking of them is to send them a photo of yourself. You know what I mean? This is your way of saying, just thinking about you around the holidays. Look at me and my family. They don't know what the fuck you're up to in your life. Like your family might not be so great at the moment. Now you're going to look at this, Hallmark card family that they just sent you that you didn't ask for. Just don't do it.
Yeah, I have experience in that exact
Exactly.
scenario.
I tried not to get too specific, but like, like if you're going to do
Were
it,
you picking up what he was putting
personalize it.
down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Hey, look
got
at me and my dog, or like, you know.
that's what I mean. Like if you're gonna do it, make it personal, make it fun. Don't make it generic, and also just don't fucking do it. How about that? Send me a gift card to Home Depot with your photo, but I'm not putting it
So,
on my fridge.
Mark, I don't know how I get my card out of the mail, but I'm going to take you off the list for next year. So,
Please. I recently just had somebody ask me if I would like it. Can you send me their address? They want to send a card, and I said no.
No.
I'm good, dude. I know what you look like. You know, like
so the photo, the photo. Okay, so if you take like a specific photo, right, and that's your family photo for that year, like that's valuable, right? You can look back and be like, oh, that's when my kids were blah blah blah, blah or.
it's valuable to
But then to
you.
send it out is what
Yeah.
you're saying is the like
Yeah.
why part.
What it's not valuable to me, what your family looks
Sure.
like. And it's certainly not fridge valuable. I'm going to put your family on my fridge. That's psychotic. It's psychotic on both
I'm
ways. It's weird if
picturing-
I do it, and it's weird that you sent me this to do that. You know, it's like just think about it in any other capacity. If I just started sending photos of me to people, just thinking about you. Here's a photo of me.
You're assuming they did it with intention that you specifically were the only person that's going to see it. It's like, no, they sent it to grandma. They sent
Yeah.
it to everybody. You just happen to be on the list.
Right. And then
so,
you had to make an effort to send it to me. So that's why I understand these people that don't have the
no,
internet.
you were on the list, man. They just put a stamp on it and sent it. Like they didn't really.
Well, then this is my public announcement. Take me off your fucking list. You know, like, what the fuck? If that's the only reason I'm getting them because I'm on the list, because I made the list of people that you think want to look at you when you're not even there, get the fuck out of here. Come on, come over. Let's have a drink. I don't fucking need to look at your. What do you wake up in the morning and you're like, we took a photo of ourselves. Let's send this to everybody we don't talk to. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Mark is actually auditioning for the third Grinch movie right now.
I got my bar humbug shirt on, dude.
There you go.
He's a little too grinchy, I think, maybe though. I don't think that's gonna work, man.
We'll move into my love. Anyway, so
I thought that was your love. I was loving it.
I love the Talk Hard podcast. I love that, and this is no bullshit. Not that I've heard of people saying this. I love that anybody that actually presses play on this podcast has positive things to say and comes back to keep listening, which means we're doing something right. And if you're not pressing play, you know, that's on you. You're being a fool. You know, you're missing out on something. But I do love that when people listen, when they actually make the effort to support, just even for a sake, so they can say they listened, they end up coming almost with the thing where they're like, it's actually pretty good, you know, to where I gotta be like, what do you mean it's actually, you know, like
Yeah,
why
I'm
couldn't it
struggling with
just
the word actually?
yeah, why couldn't it have just been good? But then they're listening each week, and I don't think we've had anybody that's chose to listen that hasn't kept listening. So I love that. That's dope, and that's because of you two. So, you know, happy fucking New Year to you two for the Talk
Merry
Hard
Christmas.
podcast.
Appreciate you. Even though you're going to dump my card in the trash, but
You won't know, just like you won't know if I fucking hanging on my fridge. It's all going to the same place as far as you're concerned, you egotistical motherfucker.
I'm gonna make the cards and just dump them in the trash next year, man. And fuck it, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be perfect.
Save some paper, man. Send an email.
Okay, well,
This
on
is
the
where
spirit
one of you guys
Christmas,
talk. Yeah.
Do you want to go, Tyler, or me? It's up to you, man.
I'll go because mine will probably be pretty quick. I realized this week, and this will be a very quick love, that I love Yeti, all of the Yeti products.
Okay.
And shout out to Yeti. Please sponsor the number one podcast in the country. But it really that shit really works. I love a good Yeti, and I'll move quickly through.
Well,
that
before
because-
you leave, let's not leave Yeti. Yeti is one of the most outstanding products out there, especially when it comes to keeping things warm and or cold. And I know John agrees with this.
Seriously,
as
is,
a Talk Hard podcast, you know, unit, the synergy has always been around how great Yeti is, and we all have our own Yetis, and we would love to work with Yeti. I mean, I don't, you know, this is just a great company. It sounds like a good dynamic. The two of us,
Yeah.
joining.
I hate Yeti.
John's not understanding how this works. Clearly.
No, I am.
So
I'm just.
so let me get to my hate. That's way too much positivity for us for the moment. But this is you already went over it earlier, but I cannot stand whataboutism. Whataboutism. And what I mean by whataboutism is somebody will tell you something or you'll read something and somebody will say, well, what about that? What about this? What about, well, hold on. What about this? And the context was the Rob Reiner stuff. When I actually had someone message me online because I had said something about it, and I was along the same lines as you, Mark. I was like, that's the most piece of shit thing that anybody could ever say, right? And this person said, well, what about the time when this and this and this?
Yeah.
What? Like, what are you talking about? That it makes zero sense in the context of that horrible act. But
Can I ask you if the what about somebody else dying?
no, it
Okay.
was, the question was, and maybe I'll just say it,
Yeah.
was, well, what about when that guy was shot?
Yeah, somebody else died.
What
yeah.
would that person who had just died say? And it's like, what? Like, that makes zero sense to like equate the two things. But I think a better example would be when we show something with a tool or we show a process or something like that on our Instagram pages. And somebody will say, well, why didn't you do it this way? What about this? What about that? It's like, well, you could have saved so much time. I'm not trying to save time. Like, what do you mean? What about these things?
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's always a misdirection and like, well, what about this? Or, something bad happens in the world to somebody and somebody will say, well, what about these people over here? That whole thing is just a cluster of, I don't even know how to explain it. Lack of empathy, lack of like understanding.
I would
don't
be
know.
curious. I don't think it's either of those. It's because I know exactly. It's almost, it's the Monday morning quarterback type of thing, but
Yes.
to a different
That's a
degree.
good way to
It's
put
like the way you're describing yours is more about like, it's not like, why didn't you do X, Y, and Z? Because you're like you're showing that you did something and it didn't work or whatever, and they're like, why didn't you do this? That's not the point of your fucking
Can you
video.
guys hear
right?
me? I froze up now, I guess.
It's the what about these other things that aren't your thing? That is that what you're trying to say? So like the what about, like,
Yeah.
that's a completely
I think
derailment of like where you're at. This isn't the point
The
of what
better
I'm doing.
example is, and I don't want to get political, too much in depth, but the better comp the better example for whataboutism is always somebody could do something really horrible or say something really horrible. And then they're like, well, what about this person who said that 10 years ago? Like, it's like, they're like equating the immorality with something that happened 10 years ago.
Right.
It's like, no, in the moment, that was a terrible, shitty thing to say about someone who was murdered.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so.
And well, I don't want to get down that road, but yeah, so they're justifying behaviors of today because it's pre-existed before somebody else that you might like in reverse to this scenario did something equally bad or similarly bad or something, and it's
No,
there's
what
no
they're
problem.
really saying is I'll just say it. The president said something horrible about somebody who had just been murdered, and that person had said something about the president prior in a political way or whatever they said. It doesn't matter what that person said.
Yeah.
Like, the person was murdered, period. So you're the president of the United States, and that is the different level of
The what about
that we're
what
talking
about
here.
in that scenario should have been when all of a sudden randomly adored person was also brutally murdered. The president, the person who said that somebody deserves to be murdered in their sleep by his own son due to a political word or two that he said about him, wanted to put people in jail for saying anything negative about that person who was murdered.
Sure.
So that's the what about, so what about that? So not that these are the same people to even put on the same thing, but this is the fucking insane part of it. Like people were talking shit about that dude because he's got hours and hours of footage of being a not nice person, to certain people. And the president's response is to say that those people need to be put in jail, and we're gonna do it. We're looking for it.
Yeah.
And then somebody else dies, and it's he deserved it. Like
There's a
insane.
certain responsibility if you're a private citizen, and then there's a 10,000 time more responsibility to not say that kind of stuff if you are the fucking leader of the free world.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot say that kind of stuff.
Just say nothing.
I don't think people don't. It's not cute anymore. The gig is not. It's not just funny or whatever anymore. Like, it's just terrible.
Dude.
Like,
It blew my mind. Anyways, this is not a political pod, and who knows what we think about politics.
No one knows. That's the thing.
that was one last thing. That is a completely non-political take.
Absolutely.
That's just a human take.
Yeah.
Like, that's a terrible thing to say.
Right.
It's not like I'm some big Rob Reiner fan. I'd never thought about the guy ever. Literally, it's just a terrible thing to say.
Yeah. And I am,
Anyway.
but not in the sense where I'm like, that's fucking brutal, dude. On any level. If I hear my neighbor, who I don't necessarily care for, was murdered in their sleep by their own child,
Sure.
with his wife, like, I'm not going to go down the negative hole of deserved, dude, like, because of outside family issues, you know what I mean? Like, just deserved because I'm like, oh, well, he did call the dude across the street a fucking piece of shit about a couple weeks ago, and I like that dude. So, just goes to show you, kids, you gotta be careful with your words out there. You never know, your son might come in the middle of the night and slit your throat because he's hopped up on goofballs. Anyways,
Goofballs.
Tyler,
And
what do you love, dude?
Follow that up, John.
Did you say you
What
love
happened?
anything though, dude?
Yeah, he started out with his love, didn't he?
Yeah, I quickly went through my love. Maybe I should
Man,
be more loving next
I'm
week.
getting
but yeah.
blinded by internal rage.
So what's pretty funny though is that Tyler, I literally wrote down almost the exact same thing about that whataboutism. Mine was more of like it was in the same vein, but it was more like a false equivalency, and which is a first cousin of whataboutism, but I wrote like people can't. Like if I say, I was actually thinking in context of Mark's post. If Mark's his Milwaukee rant, and he's like, people that buy Milwaukee are douchebags. They're probably perfectly fine tools. It's like, oh, you love DeWalt?
Yeah.
And he's like, I never once fucking said I loved DeWalt. I'm just saying Milwaukee. I have a feeling. So if we want to go back to the president, just because it's an easy analogy, if you say you don't like Trump, you can still have been lukewarm on Biden or Obama. It doesn't, there's this either or.
I'll tell you straight
thing.
up, dude. I hate, or I shouldn't say hate. I didn't like Biden at all, and I don't like DeWalt really,
Right.
Just-
Right. Exactly.
I have some, but yeah.
So if I'm like, I love purple grapes, they're like, well, what makes you hate green grapes? You're like, I don't hate green grapes.
Right.
I just like purple grapes a little better, man. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, so fucking bananas? You're not even going to go there? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I feel like that's every conversation online, This false.
You're like, I didn't say any of that.
I said
didn't
none of
say
that.
any of that.
So if you say you don't like something, you automatically hate something else that's related.
Because that's what
And
we
you're
are
like,
though right now.
I don't live in
as,
that
as a
world.
country, man. We're black and white.
Yes.
We're only there is no gray area anymore. And it could have always been like this, I'm only living this current life, so I don't know what it was like before. But yeah, like one thing means another thing. If you say you're Republican, the average person's going to think you're probably racist, think all the negative things. And if you say that you're a Democrat, the average person's going to think you're, an Antifa fucking, you support illegal, you know what I mean? Like all that kind of crap. And then if you say you love DeWalt, everybody's going to think you're gay. And if you say
Everyone will. Everyone
yeah,
will.
and
And
if-
you are, quite frankly.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So like that's just what it is. Like one thing means everything, dude. Like there is no middle ground anymore, or maybe there never was,
Yeah,
and I was
I
just too naive to notice.
But what you're describing is 100% internet culture, and the three of us are, we're on the internet a lot because of what we do and things like that. In my normal life, I don't have those conversations. I don't hear those conversations. I don't have those conversations with people.
Yeah.
And there's people up and down my street of different cultures and races and political ideologies and religious ideologies and blah, blah, blah. Like, not once have I walked across the street and had an argument with my,
Right?
Jewish neighbor about something that it's like, no, you don't do that in real life. For some reason, the internet brings like the worst out in people. They just feel like they don't, and it just doesn't happen. Like, so when we say, oh, the whole world has gone insane, it's like, no, it hasn't. Like, go outside and talk to people. It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's the internet is some weird monster that's
Yeah, that's
100%. It's
Out
just
of
because there's
control,
no consequences there. And, like to have a heated debate with your neighbor in real life could end up with some consequence, So like that's
Yeah.
scary, like that's we don't want to do that. We'll just keep it to ourselves, mind our own business. But on the internet, you can motherfuck this, motherfuck that, call John a fat drunk, like, what are you going to do about it, John? Nothing,
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'll probably drink myself to sleep like every night.
Yeah. After you,
Yeah.
after you eat a bag of Cheetos.
But if you're
But for some reason, I fear this. I have this weird. I feel like this weird. In that scenario where it was our social media page and people were saying, "Oh, you guys are gay. You guys are this and that." Like, I feel sort of responsible to be like, "Nah, dude, that's not okay to say, right?" Like, even if you just like don't let people say horrible shit. And I think that more and more people are calling people out on their horrible shit, right? Like, there's several accounts on the internet that will like literally call people out and say like, this is a horrible situation. And I think we need more of that, right? Like,
I think the best way to handle all that is just to question why you're saying, that they're saying something as an insult to you, but like, why is it an insult? Like, so just make them have to say it. And then that at least puts them, because nobody's saying that. You can call somebody a gay, you can call somebody, a jerk, or you can call somebody an asshole or whatever. And then you would just say like, but why is this making me this? You know what I mean? And then if I am that, why is that supposed to be insulting to me? Why is it insulting to be gay? What if I am gay? Like, or what's the insult here? I don't understand that I'm gay. I understand that when you are calling me gay, you are insulting me. But
we're trying to.
What is the insult actually? And then they don't know how to respond to that necessarily. They don't know how to make it, because the only thing to say is, oh, well, that's wrong. That means you suck cock, or whatever. And then you go like, why is sucking cock a bad thing? Like, why should I be insulted by the fact that you think I suck cock? Like,
You're
I'd
going to
probably
Crown
be really,
Town, bro.
Probably be really good at it, dude. To be honest with you, like, how is this an insult?
But just to put a cap on it is, which sooner the better, Mark, if you catch my drift.
Dude, your drift is always so catchable.
Cats have 9 lives if you catch my drift. But it's weird, the whole thing with that. Just to, I'll go to my love, unless that was my love, I forgot now. But you, like Mark was saying, there's no consequences online, and that's 100% correct. But like, I also live in the no consequence. Like, I don't, but I'm not doing that. None of us are out. I'm like, no consequences. Fuck you, you fat fucking ugly bastard. I mean, it just never would occur to me.
It's a social media purge. You just go out there.
Or
but
if
that's because you don't have a weak spot in your heart where like, this is a place for you to get out whatever the fuck that you need to get out. You live a normal life and you feel happy and loved towards people.
That's what I was saying is like, there's something missing deep within that. I won't go into it, but I mean, if they had the purge and they're like, hey man, next Sunday you can fucking kill up to 3 people,
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't just go kill. Like, I also have no, I don't want to kill anyone, I might go fucking mangle somebody.
And
but
most of these people that are out there calling somebody gay for whatever reason also wouldn't go kill. They would want a different purge because they would go suck some cock if they were allowed to and get away with it.
If
but
you
they
catch my drift.
Yeah, straight, no drift here, man. They literally would go.
This got really weird.
Yeah. I think my internet's going down, guys. No.
The point is if you're calling somebody gay on the internet is gay. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay, fair. That's our next shirt.
Yeah.
Well, to cap it, like John's point is like people are assuming that you don't like this or that because you said one thing, right?
Right.
Is that what I'm? Yeah.
It's a very, very broad leap of faith to make at times. You know, you're
like Tyler, you don't want to back in your truck or your car, and the assumption is you're gay and drive a Subaru or gay and drive a Prius. It's if you have one opinion, you become all of the things that can trickle down affect that. Like you can't be nuanced at all because we aren't nuanced people anymore. We are.
To be fair,
white,
I have actually owned both of those vehicles, and those guys can fuck off.
Do you really own both of them?
Yeah. I used to own a Prius, and we had a family car that was a Subaru.
Jesus
They fucking
Christ.
nailed it, dude. These guys,
I'm outta
actually,
here.
they fucking nailed it, dude.
Hey, listen, I drove 100 miles a day. Fuck off. Gas is expensive.
We had a Prius, man. I liked it.
Oh, if I knew this, I don't know I'd be on this podcast, dude.
Here we go with this fucking guy.
I drive a RAV4, dude. I have no room to talk about anything, but and then my love is I love that this is over. I'll tell you that. No.
Jeez.
No. You know what I wrote down for love, and I don't know why, but it might be the most versatile food I know of. Is I put cold pizza. I think I must have been hungry when I was kind of brainstorming, you know. Which I could go for some cold pizza right now, but when I go into the fridge and I open it up because I'm just looking for lunch and I forgot what we had yesterday, and I look and there's like my wife has Ziploc 3 or 4 pieces of pizza, man. I mean, my day just went exponentially better, you know. I just crushed 5 last night. I'm going to eat one right now at 8 a.m. and I'm going to heat up the rest at fucking noon. Or not heat it up. Maybe I'll heat it up. I don't know. But I'll probably eat it cold.
I like that. I'm a cold leftovers for most things. There's a rare type of, like, even a burrito, dude. I'll eat that.
Oh my
cold.
God.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's
Cold
a different
burrito?
vibe, dude. It's a totally different vibe for me. Because nothing ever.
What about like chicken?
Yeah, well, it depends on what capacity, but yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
Live.
So like, I don't, especially if there's meat involved. I'm cold through and through, because then you're recooking it. I don't want to recook it. You can't just warm anything up in a microwave. It doesn't really work like that. You're cooking it again.
Noted.
So I go straight cold, bro.
That is some serial killer shit, though.
Hey, man, I told you I'm only a couple traumatic
I'm not
things
even
away from
convinced of
becoming
that.
one, dude. Yeah. But I will. I'm right out. I mean, like, and I don't sit down when I eat. It's from the blue collar days, man. Like, a meal is straight up.
Only when you pee.
Straight up food.
Only
Like,
when you pee.
what do you think I'm gay or something?
I never wanted to be famous.